Well, hello, and once again, everybody, welcome down the rabbit hole. I'm your old Uncle Icarus 480, and I am back with a new trip report for you guys. So about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, I was dabbling with the spirit molecule, the first time in a very long time. And in this video, I'm going to tell you guys about this wild experience that I had. It was a night filled of dimethyltryptamine. This was a very special night because this was the first time that True Amity Creations, y'all know her, first smoked DMT. We also shared circle with great souls, and it was just all around an amazing night. So let's waste no time jumping straight into this. So once upon a time down the rabbit hole, we had acquired this very beautiful batch of DMT extracted by a homie, and it was amazing, right? So True Amity Creations has dabbled with psychedelics for probably like a year and a half now, maybe. Timeline's kind of fucked up. 2 years, actually. Congratulations to you. So she's worked the courage to smoke DMT. So this batch was going to be it. Now, I was pretty nervous going into this experience because I haven't had a roller coaster ride on DMT in a very long period of time. I couldn't even give you how long it's been. But the thing about this was we were also on MDA, sassafras. We had taken 3 points of sass, and we were just, in my room, rolling dick, listening to a bunch of EDM, light gloving, just having a great time. So a little, probably, I want to say 3/4 into our roll, that's when we decided we were going to smoke the dimethyltryptamine. And I have roommates here. Patrick, you guys might know him from my 2CI video, a couple other videos out there. I live with him, his queen of this dimension, and a couple other roommates. So they were in there playing video games, so I kind of thought I would step out and give a little warning. Hey guys, can you shut the fuck up? Because we're about to smoke some DMT. So Patrick, being the psychonaut that he is like, DMT? Can you count me in? I'm like, of course. Hop in, brother. So him and his girl come in, and my roommate CJ's like, wait a minute, I don't want to be left out here alone. Can I come in? I'm not going to smoke it, but can I just join your circle? Of course, come into our tribe. So we all sit in a circle in my room, and I turn on Native American flute music, and it's in complete darkness. We light up a bowl, we pack up a bowl of DMT, and I began to take my hits. So I take the first hit of DMT. My entire body turns into like an electric eel. I just feel all my pores open up and my mind starts spinning. And as it's spinning, I become much more aware of what's going on. Not that I can see anything, but the music is just hitting the core. So I take another toke of DMT. And at that point, I feel myself rumbling inside of my spirit. Like it's ready, just the fuse is lit, man. And True Amity Creation starts rubbing my back. As I blow out this hit, I can't even lift my arms. Patrick kind of got the hint, picked up the pipe, held it to me, and he just started lighting it and said, keep breathing, bro. Keep breathing, in. So I'm holding it in, and I start getting lost in this music, and I let it out. And as I let it out, True Amity Creations is still rubbing my back, and I just feel it, like, not that she pulled away, but I felt it slip away. And all of a sudden, this giant wall of, like, alien language began to manifest. The music then faded, and all I could hear was, like, bleeps and bloops. Sounded like a Windows 98 computer just having a virus or something. And as I'm in this place of these weird, it was like almost half Arabic, half alien. Like if you've ever seen Alison Gray's painting of her alien language, it was like that, flashing this red, blue, and green color. And they were all on these like walls of dimensions that kept like moving and folding and pushing through, right? So this goes on for God knows how long, and I'm just lost in all this weird data, like the alien matrix pouring in front of my face. And it kind of starts this little energy orb, this little, like, it started like a period, and then it just kind of grew and grew and grew and grew into this giant, like, plasma energy, kind of like a sun, flashing all these colors, and that alien language is still just moving around it. So if you think of a sun, like, a sun, like you draw, it's got the fucking sun rays and shit coming out of it. Those rays were these tiny little people, all holding weird, tiny, like, normal geometric patterns, like an octagon, hexagon, pentagon, triangle, circle, rectangle, and they just kept spinning around this little energy thing, kept going, and everything kept spiraling until this sound wave hit me. Boom! And I just started to hear that flute music again. I pulled myself up and realized, holy fuck, I'm back. Okay, what the fuck? So I just kind of sat up and, like, looked around the room, and I see Patrick deep in a trance, just meditating, eyes closed. So I kind of took a hint from there. I'm like, I'm going to connect with the energy. His girlfriend was also in a DMT state. So we all just kind of sat there listening to the music, meditating, and it was just these rays of like sunshine hitting me. Cosmic energy, downloaded, plugged in, sharing vibrations. Incredible. So I kind of get out of it and turn to Amity, and I'm like, hey, the time is now. So she gets in my bed, lays down. I'm like, what do you want to listen to? She's like, I have no idea. Just put something really peaceful on. If y'all know me, I'm still the same OG. I go to Spangle, no turn unstoned. It again is complete darkness. I sit there, give her a couple hits, and she lays back, is just completely quiet. And then about 5 minutes later comes out and she's like, wow, that was fucking crazy. I'm like, yo, like, what happened? She's like, I can't even begin to explain it. We're going to get back to that. So we kind of sit down, all start talking about our experiences and stuff, and we turn on the light, and we still have a bunch of DMT encrusted in the pipe. So we're like, you know, we can finish this off. Let's just sit with the lights on and, smoke a little DMT. So I put on Spangle, Divine Moments of Truth, the Maxtrix remix, and I'm like, let's get spangled. So we start hitting the DMT, and it wasn't a breakthrough or anything like that, but it was insanely fucking weird. So in my perspective, I take a couple hits of the DMT. We're passing it around the circle like it's a fucking peace pipe of the aliens. We're passing around the circle, and I turn and look at Amity, and she's just in la la land, like, oh my god. So I'm like looking at her, and now she has blonde hair, but while I'm looking at her, like, no joke, her hair was purple. This purple. Like, I wasn't even sitting towards my tapestry or anything, but her whole hair was purple. She looked like a fucking mermaid. So I'm sitting there, like, tripping out, like, what the fuck? Why is this girl's hair purple? So as I'm tripping out, I look at Patrick, and he has this big old, like, smile, no teeth, just smile on his face, and he looks like a gnome. Like, he looks like a fucking gnome. He had hella Papa Smurf vibes going on. So we sit there, and we're kind of down to the end of it, and we're like sitting there just laughing, enjoying each other's vibrations. And I just turned to her, True Amity Creations, and I'm like, your hair is purple. And she's confused as fuck. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, legit, as I'm saying it, your hair is purple. It's completely purple. You look like the Little Mermaid's cousin. She's like, that's extremely weird. I'm like, are you guys not seeing this? They're like, no. Her hair is blonde. And I'm like, this is fucking insane. So this goes on for a little while, and eventually the tribe breaks up. We all go our ways. So I sit down and start talking to Amity Creations. I'm like, yo, so what happened? She was like, oh, it was crazy. So I smoked the DMT, and I started looking at that part of the wall right there, and all of a sudden, like, it opened up to all these, like, shapes and patterns and colors that started spilling out at me and spinning around and stuff like that. So as she's telling this story, she was like, yeah, the fan, she was talking about my ceiling fan, and I'm like, she was like, yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, it wasn't everything I, thought it would be. I think I could go a lot deeper than that. But I'm like, wait, how do you know you were looking at the fan? Like, it was completely pitch black in here. And she's like, wait a minute. are you serious? And I was like, yeah, we were smoking DMT in the complete dark. You could not have seen anything on my wall. And she was like, okay. That just made it insanely more fucking crazy, because I swear to God, like, wait a minute. I don't know what part of the wall I was looking at. The lights really weren't on? I was like, no. She was like, I could see the entire room. I was like, yo, it was completely dark. So we come to the conclusion that DMT gives you night vision. But yeah, no, it was an insanely wild night, especially mixed with the MDA. It was insanely crazy. That was the first time I've mixed MDA and DMT. But yeah, that's the trip. It was one of the first DMT trips I've had in a very long time. Very much enjoyable. I always do it with great souls, you know what I mean? If you're looking to smoke DMT, you know, do it around people that you completely love and care for, and it will be the tits, man. Stay safe, stay awesome, and yeah, dude, I'm Icarus480. If you ever need to find me, all you have to do is jump down the rabbit hole, take a left at the Land of Oz. From there, it is a second star to the right, and straight on till morning. You'll find yourself in that state of consciousness before you fall asleep and start dreaming. That right there, my friends, is where I'm always going to love you, and that's where I'm going to be waiting, man. On some real shit, before I let you guys go, I just want you all to remember that you are divine, you are a God, you can manifest your own reality no matter what's happening in your present. The future awaits. Go out there, make that shit happen, man, and don't let anyone ever bring you down. One of the greatest quotes I've ever heard in my life is, if video games ever taught me anything, it's where you meet enemies, you know you're headed in the right direction. Keep loving yourself, keep loving this earth, and keep loving your spirit. Take care, everybody. Peace, love, and smoke DMT.